A So some time has elapsed since I played. I've played a little bit off stream. Mostly just grinding out like some chores, eating, sleeping through some of the days of the winter, and letting the cementation furnace do its thing. I'll probably explain this again once I have someone in here that's interested in talking about it. Excuse me. But I used a lot of coal. Or not coal, but charcoal. Expectedly so, but it used up a lot, and apparently I didn't screw up the build last time we played, but I didn't fill the coffin entirely before I closed it. I thought I had, but apparently I did not. So I burned through like a full stack of charcoal before fixing that. So, oh well. You know, like charcoal's not a resource. I'm like, it's kind of annoying. I don't like to do it, but it's not like a finite resource, right? Like I can keep getting charcoal, so it's not a big deal. I didn't really lose much, just mostly time. Well, that was real slow. Hey, Judge Judy Slayer, welcome. You're gonna have to let me know if my stream is going slow, because man, OBS was laggy during that process. I'm about to pull up a stream on another computer here so I can gauge if it's running all right. It looks like it is. All right, let's load it up. Just trying to get through this winter. It's currently nighttime, so I'm gonna do the thing and sleep. Try to get through these days as quickly as possible. I hope I have enough food. I thought I did. I still think I do. But I am blowing through the food very quickly. Oh, I did do another thing. I did a aesthetic thing. Again, I'll probably show it off later. Oh, I added a second elf hammer. Just because I was in need of making more iron quickly. Yeah, this is where I made the thing. I did this. I think I completed it. I'm considering like trying to like change out some of the materials, like make these multi-block. And change it up a little bit. But anyway, that's the basic design here. I finally put some railings on this sky bridge instead of just having like some dirt blocks like on the side that just, you know, finally has some semblance of I don't know, design. I'm doing this walkway, but I'm not gonna really mess with this building too much. I did, you know, put some trim on the sides there, but like I think I'm not messing with this building much because I think in the long run I'm still gonna tear it down and rebuild it. So I don't want to mess with it too much for now, until I have the energy to do that. But yeah, here's the cementation furnace, and it has taken damage. 3, 4. I don't know if internal blocks take damage. Yeah, okay. So I have a few blocks I'll need to repair. Oh shit, get that grass out of here. Or not grass, snow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like I'll need to replace 6 blocks. Which isn't bad. I'll break that open in a minute. I'll at least give Clone Society a chance to join if he hasn't been able to make it. I don't know if he'll be able to make it or not. If he doesn't show up in a bit, I will just open it up. But I'd like to give him a chance to witness it. Yeah, what else was I doing? I just threw up lanterns everywhere, so I made some more lanterns too. I just put lanterns freaking everywhere. I'm gonna redesign them and put them in proper placements and stuff, but I was tired of just it being so dark and gloomy around here. Then I pulled, this road used to end right here. I wasn't sure what to do with it, and I just got tired of running to the pig pen, so I expanded the road out this way. Still waiting for them to have babies. I'm gonna need to give them more food. But I'm kind of running low on food supplies for the animals too. I just need to get through this winter and everything will be fine. But we still have a long ways to go. It's only the 7th of December. I think the bees have ceased spreading. It's real quiet around here right now. And now I don't know how new this is or not, but like it looks like they've changed, or I mean they definitely have changed in a good way. The lakes, like, they freeze over like they used to. Granted, this isn't freezing over as much as it did last winter, but now the snow accumulates on the ice. That's so cool. I like that a lot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna add some like multi-block materials to these to, I don't know, make them, maybe like change the handrail section out to be like dark wood or something, or maybe just a different color stone, maybe. Not sure what. Maybe, I don't know, church's not bad. Potentially. Bauxite's a little too red or orange. I do want to, now that you can chisel swivite, like I want to make some like countertops or something out of this. Like that'd be pretty cool. No, sandstone's ugly. Claystone might not be bad for a handrail. Something that looks like wood, because I think the thing is if I use actual wood, I don't know that it will like actually, you know, you have to get kind of lucky with the way the wood grain decides to go. Like, it would look bad if all the wood grain was, you know, not running lengthwise. And if you use full logs, this top part here, unless I lower the whole thing down, this top part will Or I guess raise it up. Anyway, this top part would all be bark. Yeah, I don't want that. All right. Well, in the meantime, I could do something, but what is that something? We do have some wind again. I don't think I have any iron blooms made up currently. I'm gonna need to get on that. I'm gonna need, because we're gonna need to make a lot of iron to turn into steel. I also want to finish making a chainmail shirt, an iron chainmail shirt. So let's crack open some more iron. We'll do all of it actually, or maybe not all, but that much. I did make up some more bricks. I don't know how many of these I can make. 1, 2, 3. I think we'll do 3 for at a time. Three at a time. I mean, sounds about right anyway with how many nuggets we have. And I need to start cooking up a lot more charcoal. I need to go find out. I don't know where I got this iron. It's been so long. It's been so long. I need to get more. I never, you know, after I had gotten this haul of iron, I was like, oh man, I'm set on iron. I'm not gonna need iron for a long time. And it has been a long time, but now I wish I would have grabbed more. All right. I need to mute my phone. Forgot about that. I wonder how long this will stay warm. Yeah, this is all water under me, or at least it was. Oh, yeah, it's still water directly below. I'll have to finalize this whole design too. Well, let's see. What can I do to just kill some time for a few? I could just go chopping down trees, I guess. These seeds said they've been ready to sprout for less than a day, and they haven't done it. I don't really want to chop down trees. But honestly, I don't really feel like doing much of the things that I need to do. What tools we low on? I guess I need a new hammer soon. Let's make another iron hammer. Is got to do two things, right? We can't just use one. You do. I don't think I have another prospecting pick, do I? No. I don't know. Should I be making things out of iron? Yeah, guess so. We can use brown coal though. Maybe I'll just make 2 hammers, just because we're always gonna need hammers. I think what else we need to start finding. I mean, I need to go get more iron for sure. Titanium. We need to find titanium and olivine. All right, let's I guess start with a hammer. Oh yeah, I forget how this. Dude, we gotta go. We gotta like just knock this thing down. That's the way to do it. It's been a while since I've made a hammer. Yeah, knock you up. Sure, I didn't do that the most efficient way. Let's just do 2 hammers. Again, we're gonna be using hammers like crazy, I'm sure. 2 hammers done. It's almost late enough to be able to sleep through the night again. Correction, now we have 2 hammers done. Do I need more grain in my diet? Yeah. Let's do one of these next. Perfect. Let's see. Go to bed now. Got a little time to kill. I also need to plant the large seeds, but I'm gonna wait till spring, just in case there actually is a like seasonal concern. Like, I don't want to just plant the seeds and then they just die. I don't think that they do, but that would suck. I do like the transition to seeds now instead of just saplings. Especially since I think like pine cones, or I don't know if it's pine cone, like one of these seed types you can cook and eat. Probably not the, it might be the pine seed. It probably doesn't say, no. Where are you? Besides the pickaxe, I'm not sure what... I guess the pickaxe and the regular axe, those might be the two first steel tools I'll make. I think I did drop this one. It isn't much, but it's something. Kind of hard to tell which trees I pruned back. sticks. Oh, I still have those fire bricks on me. I guess I don't need those on me anymore. Alright, let's sleep the rest of the night away. Well, those two are done. This one's gotta be almost done then. Do we have wind? We have wind. Good, good. Let's have some breakfast. It's cold out there. Why is this one taking so long? Is that all of them? Tired of listening to their grunts. Well, I guess we'll just break these ones and then... Oh, they're cold too. Dang. I was hoping I was going to get them while they're still hot. Knock out a couple more of these bad boys. Because I can't remember how many iron it takes to fill the coffin, like how many iron it gets, but it's like, it's probably like 16. I think 16 iron ingots for one processing of steel, or I mean to get 16 ingots, but for steel. Now I'm processing iron twice as fast. I could probably power a third if I really wanted to. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna need to do. I'm gonna need to go find the iron. Where did I find iron? Here it says. In there. So maybe that's it. There's brown coal. That must be it. I know the wind's dying down a bit. Stand a bit further back so it's not so loud. I guess this is where I'm gonna be looking for iron. It's not far, so that's good. I thought that I'd come across iron several times, though, not just in the one spot. Well, here I have a very high iron chance. That's real hard to get to. It's a long run. It may not be that hard, but I don't really, yeah. I want to be running too much. Brown coal. Lead. Those look like those might be our only leads as of now, without having to go do further prospecting. Oops. I just want that wind to hold up just a little while longer. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna need to make a staircase as well, or something that goes up to the... I mean, I can just take the ladder up, but... I mean, I just need to redesign this whole building. I don't want to do it. Come on. Alright, that should be good. Hey, Telegram. That looks like a very efficient way of doing this. Yeah, I mean, I think so. Like, it's at least double the efficiency of what I was doing before. As long as the wind holds out. And which is slowing down. I can speed it up a little bit by breaking chunks off while it's doing it. I've always made them by hand, but at least I got 5 iron bars for 5 coal. Yeah, I mean, that's a high efficiency rate. It's just, but the issue I have with making by hand, like I'm sure you know, is that the durability of the hammers breaks down, so you have to like spend resources on repairing hammers, where these things never break. But don't take any durability damage. So that helps. But yeah, once you get... Oh, I got more. I got more. The last 2. I'm trying to like get my my iron supply back up because I'm finally making steel. This is my first time. And this is done, so I can break this open and get my first steel bars out, which is cool. But I haven't done it yet. But I should. I'm just realizing though that I'm gonna need to collect a lot more iron for making steel. I might go do that. I'll probably bust this open here in a few minutes. I was trying to wait for Clone Society to show up, but he may not be showing up. True story. But I give you a trick. 800 Celsius enough, I guess. Well, manually it was because you can get 5 iron to 800 degrees Celsius to heat them to 1000. Only 4. Gotcha. Yeah, I do typically, or when I was doing this, like I used to do this one at a time. And yeah, 800. I would get it to like 800, 900, and then I would pull it out and work on it. In this case, I'm kind of just letting it... I can only go as fast as these hammers will go, and so if they get hotter than that, so be it. Granted, if you do 1 coal at a time, it always... I think it gets to roughly 900 degrees before the coal burns out. I think. Let's just drop these in. Unless I need to make... Nah, we're not going to make anything. There we go. Iron's getting back up. Let's pull out this steel. Let's go take a look. I was gonna wait for Clone Society, but I don't see him. Here we go. Did we get a bunch of charcoal back? We did. Alright, we got our blister steel. Second reason I only take 800 is you can see the blocks better with lower temperatures. Oh yeah, like that little, the hammer, whatever it's called, the recipe indicator, ghost image, easier to see when it's not so hot. Okay, so I think with these... Are these... Yeah, these are blister steel, so we need to warm these up. Let's do... Here. I'm just gonna move this out of the way. Actually... Yeah, we're gonna do 1 or 2 by hand real quick. And then I might try seeing what it's like with the wind power. And I'm hoping we don't need it to get... We'll do 2. Cool. The first 800 iron, put the second on the forge, and then I finished the first one. The bar is 700, 800. Yeah, right. Yep. Yeah, but you can just do it like 1 at a time, and then once it burns out, you're about that temperature. You put 1 more coal in, put the things in, light it. Now that takes a little bit extra time, so I agree with you. I wouldn't do that. That's like a waste of time necessarily. I usually just put like 2 coal in it, and then like when it reaches like 800 degrees, I pull it off, and then I put new ones on and just drop another coal on there, and 1 coal at a time. Yeah, thanks, man. This is my first time. First time. I've been close to steel for so long, but it took me months to find borax. Not in-game months, real life months. You make 5 iron at a time with 5 coal. Yeah, right. Makes sense. Alright, so it looks like these get hot without needing to be... without needing to get too hot. That's pretty simple. I wonder how quickly... Let's do see what how quickly the hammer does that. Let's turn you on. It's steel. It's closer steel. Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of worth it just to be hands off on it, but like not a big deal. I need to make more iron anvils, I guess. It's quite relaxing. I have at the moment a problem. I have all except chalkstone for the mortar. Yeah. Borax I have beneath my base. Good. Borax in this game, like, I have a it's been a long time since I've played it, but I have a multiplayer server I play with my roommates. We had borax for days. And it took us a long time to find limestone. Or chalk, but limestone is what we ended up finding. It took us a long time to find that. But we had borax, like tons of it. And then in this game, it took me a while to find chalk, but I did eventually down south, like right. So here's my base. I think this is chalk. But borax, man, I hunted and hunted and hunted and hunted forever. Finally found it just like last week. Guess I could just pull all these off. Throw those on. It probably takes longer to use this hammer than it would be to do it by hand, but the ease of not having to do it myself is pretty nice. But I'm limited by how fast these can warm up anyway. Let's get this to 900 and then... Oh, that's good enough. So, you play with any mods, Telegram? This is vanilla, by the way. I'm not using any mods. Pretty much just haven't got around to it. At the moment, not. Yeah. There's some cool ones out there that I'd like to give a shot, but I'm just kind of lazy. Just like, yeah, just to keep things simple for now. Granted, there are some mods in there that out there that would make life easier in some ways. Like the step up mod would be cool. Some of the like inventory stuff would be cool. One of the things early on that I saw, there's like a medieval mod, I think, that has a water wheel. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Something that you don't have to depend on the wind. But yesterday I played at a server, a small one, and the owner disliked my playstyle. He said, and put me off the whitelist. Oh, that's too bad. Sorry to hear that. I don't know what that means. I don't like your playstyle. I mean, I guess everyone does have their playstyles, and I guess you kind of need a jive. Otherwise, you can get frustrated with each other. But at the end of the day, it's just a, you know, like, what real harm can you do? I mean, unless you're modifying other people's builds without permission. Is that what you were doing? Guilty of getting too much stuff from nature. Was lucky and got 160 bronze in 3 days, and she said, you hoard too much stuff. Oh, like she was just like, oh, you're not sharing enough? And I build road into the landscape, and she disliked the road. Gotcha. Well, that sounds like that person running the server. I mean, it's a good thing, I guess, they're running their own server so that they can be picky about playstyles, and I guess that's within her right to do. But it's kind of like there's gonna be things that you're not gonna agree on in games like these. Like, you're gonna have different playstyles, and that's fine. If you don't like it so much, just tell them to go build an outpost. Build your own outposts separate from each other, you know? Like, maybe find a translocator that connects between two places, and so you can still be, like, close enough to trade or whatever, but, like, just build somewhere else. It's not necessary to collect so much. Well, I mean, it isn't, but that's part of the game. Like, it is eventually. Eventually, you're gonna end up mining up pretty much everything in the vicinity to build your builds eventually. She just thought you were going too fast, I guess. And that's whatever, man. Like, in this build of the game, like, you know, playing by yourself, it's hard to do everything, right? Like, to hunt, to cook, to make leather, to plant crops, to catch animals, to build, to mine, everything. There's so much to do that it's kind of hard to go too fast when you're playing solo. But even still, in this build, like I haven't completed my build at all. Like, I was very bare bones, and then I just went out and like I mined a lot, and built up way more resources than I was going to need for a long time, because I was just like, I'll build it up now and have it, and so I don't have to go back out there for a while and like be able to focus my attention on other things. And I mined with another guy, and we got lucky. The mining down vertical and found copper and tin next to each other twice in a row. Yeah, that's real lucky. Yeah. I think it was more just jealousy. I think that's what was going on there. I think she was just jealous. Alright, I'm gonna build just 2 things. Let's just cook this up just a little bit. It's already pretty warm. So I make pickaxe, because of course I want a pickaxe. I want to work some of it while it's still hot anyway. So let's do that. Let's do a pickaxe. Oops. Yeah, it's kind of funny to get yelled at for playstyle in a game like this. I can kind of understand if it interferes with a thing that they're trying to do. Like, if you're like chopping down all the trees next to someone's base because you're like, I need wood, and they're like, but I left those trees for aesthetic reasons. I wanted to, you know, be one with nature, so to speak. I can get that. I can get behind that, you know, sure. Let's do a fire axe too. I'm just gonna get all the like basic cool things, because I'm just curious what they're all gonna be like. Maybe a sword too. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's get a couple more. Get a couple more going here. Let's do a smash. Smash, smash. Like, my roommate and I have very different play styles, and there are things that I get frustrated about. But it's not, for me, it's mostly not about having too many resources or going too quickly in that regard. It doesn't bother me that much, but it does bother me a little bit. Where he'll, like, when we were in the copper age, he just like took like all of the copper that we'd been mining for a while and poured them all out and made a ton of pickaxes and axes and stuff out of copper. And which is fine, we needed it, I guess, but like that did bother me, because I was like, well, now I have to go get more copper to make bronze. Like, I could have used that copper to make bronze once we had bronze, you know, that kind of stuff. But in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Like, you just go out and get more. Just different, like, ways people like to do things, I guess. All right, so I have the axe, pickaxe. Make a shovel. And again, that didn't bother me that much. It was like an irritant, but didn't really care that much. Oops. Probably stupid to make a steel shovel, but I just want to make one of everything here. Again, I'm regretting it as I do it. A sword, obviously. Yes, there you are. I was trying to wait for a while before I opened it up for you, or so you could see, but I didn't wait long enough. It does work. I had screwed it up. I screwed it up. It wasn't the build that I screwed up. It was that I didn't fill the coffin entirely. Like there was still one more layer of iron ingots and charcoal to put in, and I didn't do that. So the build was working and it was getting hot in there and I was getting hurt, but it wasn't cooking any steel because it wasn't full all the way. But I got it. And it took a ton of charcoal and a lot of time, but I just, basically did chores around the house and slept through the nights, and I had to make several batches of charcoal. I got it. All right. And the server owner mentality was you can collect stuff and then you need it. You can collect stuff, then you need it. Wait. Yeah. Well, it was very easy to find ores. I mined vertical with ladders until high 30 and use prop pick every 10 blocks. Yeah, so you do the actual like mining prospecting method, which is a very efficient way to get all the resources that it can be in a given area. And she just didn't like that mode. It sounds like that server owner just wanted a more naturalistic and untouched landscape kind of vibe and look to it. Black coal? No. Nope, you cannot. You need to use coke or charcoal. You can turn black coal into coke. But yeah, it needs to be coke or charcoal. And you can also turn brown coal into coke as well. Alright, so I think I have the four main things that I wanted to have. And we will store the rest of this steel for now. I closed the holes, can't see that I mined it. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, again, I think that everyone has their own ways of playing the game, and it shouldn't be that picky. The only thing is if you did do hole mining, like you said, near a base, and you just cover it up, but you don't fill it back in. I mean, I guess it depends how deep it goes, but like it could be annoying that there'd be drifters spawning in this hole next to your base, just groaning all the time. But again, those are minor things that can be addressed and fixed. I like the idea of playing on a server with people, but constantly rolling time is rough. Yes. Yeah, like a dedicated server. So when I played multiplayer server with my roommates, it's basically like single player. Like when we're done playing, we shut the server down. But yeah, a dedicated server where the time's constantly moving, all of that food just rotting away, like, yeah. Not to mention, like you said, like the landscape changing dramatically because there's people that have been playing for days where you know, haven't had time or something, and you come back and everything's different, which would be cool, but also kind of like, kind of feel like you're getting left behind. You'll eat mainly grain, yeah. Yeah, because it doesn't go, you just keep the grain around and then just cook up the food when you need it. You'd rather not play with randos, yeah. Yeah, I'm there with you, clone. I used, when I was younger, I was more willing to do that. Because floor and a pot rot maybe in 5 years. Yes, right. The grain lasts, yeah, like 5 years, like you said. Now mine's now getting older, but the grain lasts a long time. So do soybeans. Look at that. Soybeans, 7.6 years. And I've had those. I've had these for a couple in-game years, I think. How much rot do we have in here? 13 days left on that. Collect all this rot together over here. I don't know why this thing's still cooking. This bloomery should have been done a long time ago. So should I start another blister steel? I guess I should. Real quick, let's make these. Alright, I got some steel stuff now. I'll be able to test out how much better it is. So, oh, I guess it even just says right on there. Stone 9x or 9x, metal 9x, 8x, 8x, 8x. It's not that much different than the meteoric. I mean, it's a little bit better, but attack power 2.5, 2.5. And durability obviously is the big thing. It is almost double the durability. Having multiple people around would be nice. It would be handy to have a person that enjoys hole mining and someone who enjoyed detailed building while I'm off hunter for resources. Yeah, I agree. If you can get people that enjoy certain roles, it really does help a lot. And that's kind of how me and my roommates did it. The problem I have with that is that if I'm doing, I want to do everything, like a little bit at least. I want to mix up the gameplay, because if I'm doing just like hole mining, for example, like for 8 hours straight, I'm not having fun. So like, that's one of the reasons I guess single player kind of appeals to me too, because I have to do multiple things, where I get to experience the full breadth of the game. But I don't see why you could do that in multiplayer as well. Like maybe you would just like have roles and then you just rotate through the roles. It brings me up to another point. I'm not a huge fan of the class systems that they have right now. While in theory I like them, I just roll with like the commoner, because I guess it's also because I'm single player, but like I need to like have, I don't know. Well, yeah, but you could always build your own house or something. Yeah, you could. I like building road because I don't know where the translocator was, and I hate searching for hours and bad terrain for resources. Yeah, I mean, I've done that. On my map here, I've got Look at this road. So here's my home. I don't know how well this is going to show up on the stream here. I'm going to zoom in a bit. But this road goes... So we're starting at near zero. All the way down. And it wraps all over the place. Cuts off over here to a translocator. And it goes all the way south to the Chalklands. So like that's almost 2,000. That's like 2,500 blocks, give or take, south. Not to mention all the windiness. So I'm right there with you. I build roads for the same reason. I'm just like, I don't want to. Yeah, my road and your resource hunting was a great combo. I agree. No, I can't see any reason to roll besides commoner. I hope they get some useful info from the latest survey. And I have a mentality, I want all the stuff in huge quantity in my store and then start a big building. I'm right there with you as well on that, Telegram. Like, that's why I support what you were, like, you know, when she was arguing that you had too much stuff, I would disagree with that. Like, because that's how I did in this game. I mined a ton of resources so that I wouldn't have to go back out looking for resources again. And, you know, I could just... I'd have the resources and I could start building. Yeah. Let's see. So I can mainly focus on building. 2,500 blocks. You're lucky, bro. When I rolled Hunter once, you get a decent bow early. You can easily hunt rabbits with it. I'm not good at stocking up. I'm always short on my builds. I mean, I am too. Remember when I built this? I mean, you were helping me. You were helping me a lot, Clone. You were here collecting resources for days for me for this. And I had already collected a bunch of resources, and it was not even close to enough just to build this building. I mean, this is a pretty big building, but like, man, you need a lot of resources to make any builds. Like, that's just what it is, just plain and simple. In Telegram, I agree with you. There are reasons to go the classes, like Hunter, like you said. There's the bows that you can only make if you're the hunter. Now there's the, what is it? The cloth maker or whatever, the clothing guy, where you can make repair kits, like clothing repair kits and stuff like that. So there are reasons to, but the problem is like the downsides of those classes make me not want to take those classes. On the site of 3 stacks of bronze is beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I that was also one of the motivators I had when I was getting resources. Now it's dwindled a lot now, but I had like this stack like almost too high, and my iron was also at least a full stack high, and it felt good to have all these things stacked up. And the hunter is 30% more accurate. Yeah, I like what they're doing with the classes in the sense of like the direction they're going with them. I just can't, like, the detriments are just detriments I don't want to deal with. Like, it's like I would rather not have a bonus and not have a negative, you know? Like, now, but I do think that this whole class system is more of just a stopgap for the future, where it's going to be more like RPG progression, where you get to maybe have points to spend into stats, in which case then you could make, it'd be like Project Zomboid or something. I don't know if you guys play Project Zomboid, but where you can choose a negative stat or a negative trait to give you extra points to spend into something else. And that's what it feels like with these classes. Let me catch up on what you guys are saying here. Problem with classes is I'd have to have people with me to want to specialize. Yes, you definitely need to have people with you to specialize, because otherwise there's no point in going anything but uncommon if you're playing alone. There's no reason. But a group like 4 or 5 people to play with, I would love to have a minor class. Yes. Well, the main problem is it's not a game like Minecraft. Minecraft is so simple, you don't need other people for progress. Yeah. Minecraft is so fast-paced compared to this. Which is one of the reasons I love this game, and then also one of the reasons why I get burnt out on it, because I have to spend so much time just to make such little progress. That I love that about it. I love that the hard work, the payoff, but then I also get burnt out where I'm like, oh my god, I just spent 6 hours just relieving stone to be able to make bricks to build an outhouse. You know, like that. Yeah, I love it, but I also get burnt out on it for that same reason. And that's where multiplayer really shines, because if everyone's doing those kind of things together, a lot of the time it's cut in half. And that's a problem. Time rots food, but without rotting, it's Minecraft with crafting. Yeah, you're right. It needs to have food rotting. However, like when this new patch rolled out, my roommates and I started a new game, a new multiplayer server game, and I had to argue with my roommate about it, because he was like, oh, because he played on the higher default difficulty, whatever setting they have, which was like faster food rot speed, faster hunger, and I was just like, no. I'm all good with food rot and hunger, but it's fast enough. If you're gonna increase the rate in which food rots and how much hunger you go through, it's just, I don't want to spend the entire time playing the game just making food all the time. It already feels that way. All the survival mechanics make it worse for a server game, and that is a shame. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is, because like you said, if time's always rolling the food, you can like prepare for winter, right? You're like, okay, I've stocked up my food for winter, made all my meals, got them all crocked up. This is, ready to go. And then it's like, I don't know, maybe you have to work overtime for the week or something, or you can't get around to playing for a week, say. I think that's could be somewhat normal in adulthood, where you can not have time to play games for a week, come back and everything's rotted. All that time and effort you put in was just basically wasted. I mean, at least you can put that rot to use. You can turn it into compost, but yeah. That's why I haven't done any sort of dedicated server. I haven't even looked into doing a dedicated server, because I'm good with playing multiplayer with people, but it has to be in a similar setting as like single player. It's like, we'll play, and then when we're done playing, we'll shut the server down. And then when we're, ready to play again, we turn the server back on, continue just like a single player game, but with friends. All right, I'm just standing around doing nothing, which is, I guess, fine. It's winter. That's what I'm going to be doing anyway. I did make some steel things. Oh, let's refill. Let's make some more of this and replace the broken. I guess I should do that first. Let's break out the broken bricks. Hope this door stays. Okay. I'm glad that I'm getting some of these bricks back. I didn't think that was going to happen. Okay. By the way, I did do this Clone Society, if you're still there. I did make like a little step down with a coke oven door to load up fuel. And then it works. It's good. Alright, I guess let's repair this thing first. Yeah, I was like, I really didn't want to like have to like keep breaking out a brick and put it back in there, and then I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but it does. So I thought the coke oven door was really only for making coke ovens, but no, it worked. So let's see, we needed, I don't know how many. Let's just grab all of them. I think, let's throw these back in there. I'm not sure how, but you could grow. I'm not sure how, but you could grow food the year round. I think if you were like go south a ways, you could grow food year round. It's too cold. Even these greenhouses don't provide enough of a warmth bonus in the heart of winter from where I'm at anyway. So I'm thinking about doing that at some point in this game. Just head south. Hey, how do I pronounce that? Joviex or Oviex? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, you'd have to get to a milder climate. Yeah, I just need to go south a bit. So if I could find some translocators that went south, that would be awesome. But at least I did start building a road that goes south. It's a start. But I fear that I have to go at least 4 times that distance to actually get to any sort of climate that's going to be year-round sustainable. Okay, so we're all repaired. That's true. That's true. Gotta put the... Yeah, you're right. So we'll put this... I can't remember if it's like... Yeah, like that. Oh yeah, there's another broken brick right there. Did I break? Okay, okay. I still have my bricks on me, right? Okay. Yeah, I gotta crouch. No? Why is it not bringing it up? Well, it's not bringing up the ghost image for some reason. So you could say I don't need to cook my food and preserve it. You could say late game I use a heating system. Okay. I could say that. What do you mean by that? So like you don't cook and preserve it because it's just going to go bad. Even preserved, it will go bad relatively quick. So you're just saying that you just store up just like grain and like soybeans, things that last forever, and then just cook it as you need it? Is that what you mean? Oh, I think I get what you're saying, actually. Do you like keep things in a perpetual state of like partially cooked, like temperature wise, so they don't decay? I've always wondered about that, by the way. You just keep something perpetually warm in this game. Will it not start decaying? By the way, I think that's good. I think it's fine. So let's start filling it with the iron and stuff. I don't remember how much it takes. I think it was 16, but grab a couple extra just in case. I mean, a solution for servers could be I can heat the greenhouse in winter so I don't store too much food because time goes on and it rots. I see. Yeah. Well, that needs to be... I think there needs to be some way to heat a greenhouse. Because they're not greenhouses if they can't be heated. They're just cold frames, actually. So, like, they just hold in heat, but they don't... To be a greenhouse, it needs to be heated from the inside. and they could make some sort of chimney system or something with a I don't know, maybe if they just go to steam, like maybe that's something you could do with like a steam power in the future. It would be a game changer for sure. Yeah, I mean, just that in particular to me would be huge, just to have like maybe when if they ever do get to steam power, which I think they will, because it seems like they have a lot of mechanics in place that would allow for it, that you would have a steam power system where you keep, you know, a steam generator fueled, and maybe like there'd be heated steam essentially that you could like pipe into greenhouses or something to, you know, I don't know. I think it's definitely within the abilities of this game. Okay, so now it's full. And then they'll just, yeah. Ready to be fired. We're good. Guess I'll grab a full. So it takes 32 charcoal per burn, I guess. Not per burn. To complete this thing, it takes like probably like oh man, like 6 stacks probably. Even a system like the Romans used for bathhouses would be fine. Smoke through clay bricks. Yeah, like anything that just like, I can imagine that there would need to be like obviously some sort of ventilation so you don't have like carbon monoxide poisoning or whatever. But like, yeah, there's ways to do it. There's ways to do it, and I'm sure this game could do it. I mean, with the fact that this thing here actually in and of itself is a pretty good example of being able to do that. All right, so see, it's at 0%. It takes forever. It takes forever to do this, and you have to keep refilling the coal down there. So we'll get started now, and I'm gonna have to do some off-stream grinding of charcoal making. Oh wait, these are refractory bricks. Yeah. Not to mention cellars and greenhouses themselves are proof that it could work. Yeah, they've already proved that they can make temperature dependent rooms based on specifications. It's just a matter of, I don't know, just a matter of coming up with a system that they like, I guess. But I look forward to that because like you said, as of right now, the only real way to produce food year round is to go south. Like, you have to go south. You have to go somewhere where it doesn't get quite as cold. And to be able to like there's also further north, which I've never been. Like, I'd love to have like a base like near you know, where there's like the glacier ice and Arctic foxes and stuff like that. But it just sounds like a pain in the ass. Well, the Roman system was the hot smoke goes through clay bricks, but the clay brick there, the big chimney, so the smoke went from the floor to brick pillars with holes in the middle. So the smoke was heating the bricks, but allowing the smoke to escape through the roof, and the heated bricks were warming the water or whatever. Is that how that worked? Or was it basically like letting the smoke actually go through the water, but then they would just have like a big kind of open chimney over the entire bathhouse? Or just open air, I guess. I don't know. Like that was the whole trick. Yeah. You know, humans are smart. They've always been smart. I mean, not necessarily individually, well, kind of, but like I think back to like the Roman days and stuff. And we think, oh, they were ancient, and we know so much more than they did back then. Well, I mean, true, we have more access to information than they did back then. But they were smart. They were very smart. Society wasn't that different in a lot of ways. Smoke goes beneath the floors and then went to the chimney pillars and the bathhouses. And the top of the pillars are chimneys. Gotcha. Yeah. Ingenious. Or is that the right word to use? Alright. I need to take a... Oh, yeah, look at this. my like, what have I have 2 chisel projects I've done in this build so far. This was while I was waiting for that steel to be made. I was like, I'm going to finally put some railings on here. I need to change some of the materials out, but like, finally got some railings in here. We also have a tendency to romanticize history as well. Yeah, we do. We love to, yeah, exactly, romanticize it. So it feels like it's so much different, like the good old days, or it was so much harder back then, so therefore, you know, you had to be made of true grit back then. Stuff like that. The workplace beneath the bathhouses was living hell and hot and smoky. Oh yeah, I'm sure probably a lot of people died, but you know, like I think about how you're right. So society's always progressing, and like particularly like in social ways. But being an upper class was fine, but don't rule this low class. But you know, like there's parallels of that throughout modern times in a lot of ways too. So it's, I don't know. It's not as society's better now. I will always agree with that, but it's not that much different. It's not as different as we think it is. It's just it's better for sure. But there's still a lot of similarities between the ancient Roman era and modern times. Okay, I need to take a quick break. So I don't know what to look at. Let's like find a nice view here somewhere. Maybe we'll go up on the... Actually, no, that's not safe. Ooh, I just whistled through my teeth. Apologize. Maybe we'll just look through a glass window down here. There's really not much to look at. We'll just kind of look off that way. All right, I'll be back. Be back in about 10 minutes. Well, let me first read what you have to say here. Well, I think it'd take too much to get dark times. It would take not much to get dark times again. Just think about the Orville, China, or Afghanistan for women now. You're right. I mean, we're always on the brink of sliding back into, as you said, dark times. I think one of the benefits of the modern age with the internet in particular is it makes it harder for that to happen. unless individual power systems can take control of the flow of information. I mean, if that happened, then it would be, yeah, dark times. Like, you wouldn't have any, you would have propaganda, kind of like how you look at the China firewall and like how they control what internet content is viewable to the people. And that would be an example of a modern dark age or whatever. Oh, I can't think of the word. But I think it's harder to have that now, potentially. Oh, hey, Dragoness, welcome. How you doing? I was just about to take a break, but I think I'll stick around for a little bit longer. How was your stream? We'll get back into some grinding then here. Yeah, so much for the break. I'll pick it up later. Oh, again, thank you. Got the health hammer going? Nice. Which build is this? I've definitely watched a lot of your streams. Are you guys starting over yet again? Oh, did I just get another? Just get a follow? Oh, thank you, Deva. Thank you for the follow. You're gonna have to update your game. Everyone is giving you the itch. Yeah, you know, this was a great update. I was waiting quite a while. I just really wanted, I guess, really the biggest thing. I just wanted stairs that like I could just walk up smoothly. But it's been a great update, and I finally got borax. Finally making steel, and I'm excited about that. I'm gonna be testing out these new steel tools for the first time. Not really. This is the joint Vet Guardian server. Got the winter village in the tropical biome. Oh, nice. We were just talking about that, having to travel south for the winter to be able to make food year round. Well, I'm glad you made it there and you're able to get your health hammer going. You got your base rocking and rolling now. My biggest gripe is I want bigger storage than chests. I'm there with you on that. I know there's mods, but it would be really nice if there were just more variety and more options. Was the 1.55 update really so big? No, I don't mean the incremental update necessarily. I meant mostly just the 1.5 in general. It wasn't that big, but it was addressing some of the issues that was driving me nuts, primarily the stairs. And I really enjoyed the added functionality of having like pit kilns and stuff. So I was really looking forward to it. And I think it was just because I had been playing so much of 1.14 that like I needed a little bit of a change, and those were the changes that were important to me. I was hoping that we're going to get leads in, or leashes for animals, because that's another one of my big pet peeves. And it sounds like they almost got there, but not quite. Speaking of which, I need to check on these animals. If we have any babies yet. Yes, we do. Excellent. All right, I'm going to start feeding those animals again. I want that chest connect like in Minecraft, where you put like two chests side by side and just doubles the capacity. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it seems like it would be pretty simple for them to do that. Okay, real quick. Is it late enough? We're going to sleep through the night here, and then maybe go try to collect more iron. More food with baking, more crops, pit kilns, rope ladders. That was what in the update. Yeah, it was good. It was a good update. Like I said, I was waiting for it, but I haven't touched most of the content with it. I was at first bit disappointed about pit kilns, and I heard the wiki about pit kilns, and she said a good point about them. Pit kiln are dirt cheap to make. Yes. Like, pretty much literally. Just grass and stuff. Alright, I'm gonna put this stuff away, and I'm gonna head out and find some iron. What do we need? What do we need? I'm gonna bring food. An extra pickaxe. I need to keep the sword because I'm kind of running low. My current sword. It's more realistic just tossing things in the fire. Yeah, I think the pickling was a great idea. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't really know it was coming. And then when we got it, I was like, oh, that's so cool. I was at first a little bit sad because I thought that meant you couldn't use peat, but you can. So I was happy to see that they still maintained a use for peat. All right, shovel. Need a shovel. Prospecting pick. But we don't need all these other things. We have a meteoric irons. Just drop you off. Yeah, we don't need you. And honestly, we don't need you either. We're just gonna bring just the extra pickaxe. Shovel. Prospecting pick. Yeah, I think we're good here. Like, just like that. Whatever, I'm gonna eat before we go. Yes, you can use peat for pit kilns. This feels like Minecraft and Skyrim had a baby, and I'm living for it. This game is wonderful. This game is wonderful. I was always a huge Minecraft fan back in the day, but I fell off and never really got back into it. But when I saw Vintage Story, it's just, I fell in love with it. So yeah, you can. So what you do is you fill with grass and then sticks, and then it's a fuel type on top. You can use wood, logs, or peat, or I think charcoal even. Yeah, there you go. Clone's got all the answers for you. See, it's starting to get light out. We can start heading out. Find some, maybe I should bring some food with me. And you know what? Maybe I will actually swap out for a mining bag. Okay, which way was the iron? I think it was north. Yeah, somewhere up north. So we'll head out now. Go find it. It's been a long time since I've been out there. Brown coal you can use as well. Nice. It's been so long since I've been up this direction. I was building giant charcoal pits, but I think it could be better if we just made multiple reasonably sized charcoal pits. Yeah, I think so. Every time I try to make a larger pit, it just takes me longer to fill. I don't know, something about like 2 deep, 3x3 seems to be the right size for me, and I could maybe just do multiples of those and stagger them if I needed to. Where am I? Okay, we need to head a little bit to the west. I played in the old days, the Terraformcraft, Minecraft, but some stuff was weird. Yeah, I never played it. I saw some streamers play, but I never tried it myself. Oh, have you been in that ruin basement? Did I pass a ruin or something that you're talking about? Where am I? Slow down. That ruined tree thing. Oh, I think so, yes. I don't know. If I have, it was a long time ago. It was like the... Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Maybe I didn't go in the basement, though. Why? What's there? Is it neat? They do have useful things in the basement. Like, furniture and stuff? Or what do you mean by useful? Torch holders? I'm always get torch holders, but... Alright, so I think somewhere around here is where the iron is. Ruined treasure stuff, yeah. Maybe on the way back I'll check it out. Because it was somewhere... Somewhere in the trees, right? Somewhere over here. Oh. That's what I get by looking at my map. I'm underground. Let's do short range, just start poking around. I hope there's still iron down here somewhere. So is it hard to start? Like, is it really complicated to get into? It can feel like a lot starting out. Watching streamers help me feel less overwhelmed. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you're familiar with Minecraft, you know, the basic concept of the game is going to feel pretty natural to you. It won't be too hard to get into. But there are a lot of, you know, changes in the way that you get started that, yeah, it helps a lot to watch streamers, YouTube videos. You don't need to necessarily, but I think the game does a decent job explaining what to do in the game. And if you press H at any given moment, you've got some built-in guides, and also recipe book. So between those things, you can figure out most of it on your own in game without too much trouble. But it does help. It does help to check out the content creators out there that can help you out. Okay, actually, let's poke around a bit more. And we got a little bit of iron, but I wonder if there's... Oh yeah, large amounts. Okay, let's keep digging around. I need it. I need that iron. There's some. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely looking to get into this. I'm surprised Minecraft hasn't tried to sue them or anything since it started as a mod. Yeah, I don't know that they can, because since this is built from the ground up with, you know, like on their own, it's very similar to Minecraft, right? In a lot of ways. But I think all the assets are original, like that they've created all these assets themselves, so I don't know that they can. Yeah, it's built off their own tech. It's just very much emulated style-wise and everything. I don't know. I can imagine Minecraft or Microsoft maybe Just keeping a close eye on it, maybe, but yeah, that's true. There's a lot of voxel-based games out there nowadays. All right. Also reminds me of Cube World. Well, I just hope that, you know, Microsoft can just be happy with the success they have with Minecraft and just, you know, leave it at that. Is that a burn towards Minecraft players? I'm sure a lot of people that play Vintage Story are also Minecraft players. But you are right, though, that Minecraft is much easier and faster to progress, so, you know, you don't need to... I don't know if it's a burn on Minecraft players or if it's kind of a burn at like how slow Vintage Story is. I guess just different games for different types. Without food rot and simpler crafting systems, yeah. That's one of the beautiful things about this game. I don't know, Crowfeather, if you've seen yet, but there's microblock chiseling, which I'm sure exists in Minecraft as a mod somewhere too, but microblock chiseling in this game just opens the floodgates for creativity. It can be a little overwhelming, actually, honestly. The amount of creativity that you can dump into this game. When I first played Minecraft back in the, like, beta days, so, like, 2010 or whatever, one of the appealing things about this game was, like, oh, man, it's creative. It's like Legos. You get blocks. You can build all sorts of stuff. Your imagination can run wild, but you were limited within the blocks that were available to you, and full blocks at that. I think they had some slabs, but they hadn't really put together as much. Like, you couldn't double slab, for example, things back then. And I got used to that. So then when I remember playing some modded Minecraft where suddenly I had all these other options, I was overwhelmed. I was like, I don't even know where to begin. Creative, you know, like, I don't know. I no longer have the limitations that I had, and it was a little overwhelming at first. But same with this game. You get that chisel, and you can microblock chisel, and you can do all sorts of stuff you would never be able to do in vanilla Minecraft. And it was overwhelming at first, and now I just love it. And I love watching other streamers. Dragon S is a prime example. Like, I love going into her streams and seeing what her and her friends have created. And Dragon S herself spends a lot of time doing the micro block chiseling, and I love it. Just watching that. I'm getting inspired to do things on my own. I never really get around to doing it as much as I'd like, but it's really cool. Alright, let's see. Let's start poking around some more. I'm kind of mindlessly mining here. I don't know if I'm missing things or not. Small amounts nearby. There's one. You know, let's relieve some of these stones while we're at it. He has some chiseling projects you can show off at his base. Yeah, when we get back to my base, I'll show you a couple things. They're really minor, but they're a good example of what it is. Did I miss a joke? Yeah, I missed the joke. Alright, poke around some more. Verified very large amounts. Okay, found another vein. Being able to grab full blocks is something I've only seen in this game too. They're just doing it sometimes right now, yeah. Where you relieve full blocks, so you're able to get the whole block instead of just the little stones. So like right here, I relieved that full block out, and oh, I'm hungry. Need to eat. Just eat real quick, and I'll explain that. Alright, so these full blocks, you could just place them back down as full blocks, basically like the smooth rock in Minecraft. Yeah, hunger, thanks for the warning, yeah. And then you can chisel them, and you can smooth them, and then you can also turn them into full bricks. So it's a lot more involved, but you need full blocks, and the only way to do that is to relieve them by cutting out all the blocks around them. Then they fall as a full block, and you need those to be able to make all sorts of stuff. We saw once a guy that made a miniature castle with chiseling it. Yeah, you definitely could. It's so cool what you can do. So cool. Especially with the multi-block, right? Like, where you can combine the block types. I haven't really been able to keep up with everything you guys have been saying, so I don't know if you guys mentioned that or not, but to be able to mix block types and then micro chisel is just so cool. Yeah, I've done some micro chiseling in this game. I haven't really done it, you know, extensively or all that much, but I will show it off here in a bit. I'll be heading back to base pretty soon, and I'll show you what I did. And I think the iron chains I did was my like learning experience of how to chisel. So I think that was like the first time I actually chiseled, I think. Yeah, and the new guardrails, yeah. I made some yeah, my little sky bridge. This game has there's so many ways to play this game, it's insane. You can play this in so many different ways. It like when I was doing the micro block chisel, I think it was yesterday. I just put on a podcast, you know, just listen to a podcast and just sitting back and chiseling. So peaceful. It's great. And the game is not expensive. Actually, you know, I'm not sure what the current rate is on it, but I think it's like $17, maybe? US? I think it's possible. It could be possible that people on servers could be paid for chiseled art. We should tie NFTs to the game. And you could create 3D chiseled assets in game as an NFT. That'd be pretty interesting. It's cheaper than Minecraft with more content, or in-game currency, of course, yeah. So yeah, yes, there are Crow. There are traders at this point, and they really only have the one purpose, which is that you go to them and you can sell stuff to them, or you can buy stuff from them. I don't know if there's plans for more beyond that or not. This game has the setting is kind of a post-apocalyptic, kind of Breath of the Wild. I hate when people use Breath of the Wild as a comparison for so many just open world games, but what I mean by that is it feels like there was an apocalypse of sorts in the distant past. So there's ruins and stuff that you can come across, and there's even like books and things that you can come across that give you like just little snippets of journals of things. So you know that something happened that kind of destroyed society a long time ago. And yeah, I mean, they definitely could have, they could potentially do NPCs with like villages and stuff. I would see, I think that would still fit in just fine with the kind of lore and aesthetic of the world. I would have to think they would expand them given some of the camps you can occasionally find. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. First things first, though, I guess, right, is get all the mechanics, you know, dialed in exactly the way they want them. I discovered this game kind of late. I discovered this game in version 1.12, I think. or maybe 1.13. It was the Seasons update when they introduced seasons, essentially. Oh man, there's still a lot of iron somewhere. Do a little bit of a dig down, a little bit of a dig up, see what we find. Alright, I'm gonna head back to base now. Or you know what? Let's just try to see if we can top off this stack here. Let's put it on my hotbar so I can see. I'll head back to base. I'll show you some things. But I will have to end the stream in about 20-30 minutes. So we'll head back. I'll show you some stuff. Oop. I didn't need to do that. Alright, well, whatever. You've always wanted Seasons Minecraft. Yeah, I think that was the big update that kind of drew a lot of attention to the game that I think there hadn't been before. It definitely drew my attention. I don't even remember how I discovered this game. Yeah, this game really does kind of fill all the wants that I wanted out of Minecraft and didn't quite get. And it's also built with modding in mind, so there's a ton of mods out there. Like, I don't know. I haven't messed with them myself, but I've seen streamers with them. And I mean, even Dragon S uses some mods that I've seen in the past, like I think a better storage mod or something. But there's a mod for everything. And it seems like they all just work. Like, I haven't seen too many streamers with issues with their mods, so. Alright, we're full up. So let's head on out. If I can find out how I've been just mindlessly wandering around this area. I have no idea how I got in here or how I'm gonna get out of here. This feels like it might be. Nope. There's a bad guy over here. There we go. There's a staircase. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time watching Dragon S. She's been a great resource. Oh. Oh. Gotta get out of here. Hopefully this gets out of here. Ugh. Yeah, we're on the right path. I recognize that. Yeah, here we go. We all like chiseling, but not 20 times the same size. Okay, so there is one mod that like I've read about and I'm curious about getting, and it has to do with chiseling. I love chiseling, but when I want to like make, say, a windowsill that spans like a 10 wide window or something like that, I don't want to have to do that over and over and over again. I'd like to be able to make the chiseled block that I want and then be able to run it through something to just duplicate it. Use the same resources, whatever, consume a block, but it's so there is a mod I want to say that does that. It's called like a workbench or something, and that'll allow you to copy chiseled blocks that you've made. Because there's a lot of times where I end up having to repeat the same chisel over and over and over and over again, and it's just it's a little too much. Oh yeah, or the lowest blocks in my storage building. Exactly. Like I have these kind of like half. I had to make like custom half and half blocks on the bottom of my storage building for aesthetic reasons. You know, it's purely aesthetic. But yeah, I had to do that over and over and over again for the entire perimeter of the building. I was done. You know, like after the first couple, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. But I need to to finish the aesthetic. Should have my sword out in case I get jumped by a wolf. Oh yeah, I can show you that here in a minute too. Chopping the trees is pretty satisfying. Let's drop off the iron real quick. And then, oops. Oh, I didn't get it all. I didn't get it all. I always forget the stuff in my belt. Blocks. Okay, so real quick, I'll show you just an example of a micro chisel. So, I made these chains, you see here, basically by taking a clay block, just a block, you know, and then you use a chisel on it. I guess it'd be best just to show it, but yeah, let's go grab a block and I'll show you what the chisel looks like. And actually, since you guys are already on the topic, let's chop down a tree. Let's go with this tree. I need to knock this guy back first, though. Okay. So you can prune back the branches and stuff, which is recommended. But basically just hit that lower block, and depending on the size of the tree, the longer it will take for this process to happen. But you just break that bottom block, and it breaks the entire tree down. And most of the branches and seeds come with it, but at a lower drop rate than they would if you were to harvest the branches on your own. Yeah, it's hugely convenient. And the damage your tool takes is also relative to the size of the tree that you're taking down. Let's put that wood away. It was a pine tree. But yeah, so let me grab a chisel and I'll kind of just showcase a little bit of what that looks like. I should close the door here. I think I already have a chiseled block here. I'll just pull that out as an example for now. I'll do it on the wood floor up here so you can see more clearly. So you basically just have any sort of block. In this case, I've already chiseled it, but you just take your chisel out, you right click on it to make it a chiselable block, and then you can use F to choose the size of the brush that you want to use. You can add and you can remove, all different sizes. down to the individual. And it's not really a pixel. But it's, you know, micro blocks. Yeah, and then you can, if you combine two types of blocks together, you can make a multi-block. In this case, this has already been combined with pine. So if I then select the pine, I can add that type. And you can do it in chunks, bigger, smaller. You know, take a piece out of it and go, I want to put some cobblestone there. You can come up with insane amount of details with this. Yes, this feels super artistic. It is. And I don't think there's a limit to how many of these blocks you can put together, but I've heard that you shouldn't use more than 4 block types in one block, but you can do 4 block types in one block. You can plan a house completely around this concept. Again, speaking to Dragoness, again, she has helped me tremendously in understanding how microblock chiseling works. She's always been very patient with me when I ask questions. So it's super cool. And with that concept, I have made these chains just by putting blocks down and then chiseling out these chain shapes and to hang my lanterns from. That was one of my first chisel projects to kind of get my head wrapped around the concept. And then I just recently, last night, just kind of chiseled out this handrail system, which I think I'm going to combine with some other materials. I'm not sure what, but I think I might change, you know, some of it. But I chiseled out a basic handrails. Yeah. Well, we've got a good chat in here. That's particularly I can vouch for Clone. He's a moderator in this channel. And he's always answering questions. And thank you, Crow. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Getting I'm on the road to affiliate, so to speak. I need to see 12 more followers before I can potentially hit that status, and so I really appreciate it. Every follow is very much appreciated. But yeah, this has been my build thus far. It's night. You know, let's sleep through the night, and you can see a little bit during the day. It's nothing too special, but it's home. Let's take a quick look. Hey, thank you for the follow. I see. How do I pronounce your name? Oh, just Menard. Menard 40. Thank you. And Telegram, it's been good having you in the chat today. I enjoyed the education you gave me about the Roman baths. I always knew conceptually that they had hot baths, but I did not know how they worked, and I appreciate that a lot. So I'm going to just real quick from the outside show you what I've got rocking here as a beginning of a base. It doesn't look like much, just a fair warning. I spent a lot of my time just with practical stuff, building a road out south, for example. Now this is all like, it's mostly frozen over at this point. I've recently built up a 3 windmill system. I ran out of materials to finish the tower, so I will get back on that. And this was going to be like a guardhouse at the front of the bridge coming in. And this is the storage house, which you've seen, with a little sky bridge connecting the two. Let's see, in my last vacation, I was in Xanten in Germany. In a museum, they rebuilt a small arena and a gatehouse. Oh, cool. So you were like actually getting some like kind of hands-on education in the architecture of the old world. Thank you, Crow. Thank you. It started as very practical. I just made a big box. Started off with just digging into the side of a mountain. This was a hill, like a small dirt hill. I just dug into it. And first things first, you need food, so I had a kitchen. and just kind of expand it out. It's not much, but it's home. Here's another thing to kind of, hopefully I'm not overwhelming you, Crow, with too much information. This game has got a lot to know and learn. But there's greenhouses, which potentially allow you to grow things in colder weather, but not quite enough to survive during the heart of winter, but it helps a lot. I'm not growing anything in here right now because it is too cold, but there's a specific specification to which you build mostly a roof out of glass and I think 7x7, I think, and it can trap heat, so to speak, and stay a little bit warmer on the inside than the outside. Oh yes, I have a Discord. Please come by and check it out. It's still growing. There's not like a lot of organization in it at the moment, but I do try to be involved with any questions anyone might have. Telegram, yes, 7x7, 50% minimum glass. There you go. So 50% of the ceiling needs to be glass, and it can't exceed a 7x7 by 7 area on the inside, or volume on the inside. Temperature also affects your character, and clothes help manage temperatures. That's right. So right here, I've got my body temperature, and it's all in Celsius. So the body temperature, I'm still holding pretty steady at 37.8 at the moment, but the outside temperature in the bottom left shows that it's -5 degrees Celsius outside. My clothing here all are in good shape because I just repaired them all, but they provide little bonuses to your body temperature. In Telegram, yeah, half blocks are okay at the sidewalls. Yeah, I think that's something that also has changed in the past few patches from when I started this game, because I think the first build, when I first started this particular map, I was in version 1.13, I think, and it was a little bit more strict on the rules of how greenhouses worked, and I think they've made it a little bit better. Yes, Telegram and clone, yeah, 50% glass. Only needs to be 50% glass. I did like the whole thing glass because I liked it, but yeah. Oh, and there's mechanical power. There's so much to talk about here. So I have those windmills up there, and they actually harness the wind power. Oh, you gotta head out. Okay, great. I also need to be heading out here any minute, so I will see you later. Thanks for the follow. Come on by anytime. That being said, I will be looking to see if there's anyone else to raid. Anyone else playing Vintage Story right now? Let's take a look at that real quick. Hey, Hexalan. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Everyone, you've been great. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. This means a lot to me. I haven't had this many viewers and I don't know. I guess the whole time I've been streaming. I've been streaming for about a year now. This is exciting to say the least. I wish I didn't have to go. And also, yes, Clone Society. I am also very excited to see where they take this game. It's got so much potential. All right, let's take a look here. We have a few options. Let's go with Koryusai. I think they might be new to Vintage Story, maybe, not sure. But we're gonna raid on over there, and I will be back on tomorrow. I do a variety of games. Vintage Story is one of the games I play regularly, but I do play other games. So keep that in mind. Let's get this raid going. Thanks a lot for coming by, everyone. Just get the name right here. Next time, we'll have steel complete. Thanks for coming. I'll see you all next time.